and gentlemen, welcome back to your continuing coverage of the Defense Shoot, brought to and organized by joinDOTA, commentated by Toshley, and sponsored by Razor and BenQ. As we have been doing in the last few videos, we are jumping ahead, picking out games between either whether the composition looks good, or they've got a nice selection of heroes, or maybe the teams are just awesome, such as mTw versus Evil Geniuses. We will be continuing on with the playoffs for the Defense 2. Evil Geniuses on the Radiant side, the team hailing from the land of the Americas, and they will be fighting it out against mTw, the French, on the Dire side. And the entire roster for both sides being here. On the side of EG, we have Malik sitting in the captain's chair, then we have Universe, Demon, Bulba, and Fear. And going up against mTw, we have F-Mad sitting in the captain's chair, not Syndran today, followed by Funzy, Soksha, Syndran, and of course Kabap. And the first couple of bans, jumping straight into the draft, the first couple of bans to be removed out by the team of Evil Geniuses. We have Lone Druid, 100% understandable, very big respect ban. mTw, one of the teams that will play Lone Druid at every single opportunity. They love to play that Lone Druid. Next hero to be removed is going to be that of the Invoker, followed by the Enchantress. A lot of heroes that mTw love to play being taken out immediately, and the team of mTw now thinking, do we ban out Lycan or do we let EG have it, because they do have first pick. The first two heroes who remove out, of course, is Darkseer, of course, is Chen, and here's the thing, if they take out Lycan, they're going to pick up Nature's Prophet, but maybe give them the Lycan and let us have the Nature's Prophet. We'll have to wait and see exactly how, because irregardless, EG are going to have some powerful heroes available to pick up right when the game begins. Lycan, CK, Naga Siren, Nature's Prophet, Broodmother. There's a lot of powerful heroes, and mTw probably thinking, if we don't ban out that, so Lanaya is going to be the hero to be taken out. We've seen EG utilize Lanaya fantastically in the last couple of games. I believe there was a match between EG and mTw where they got completely thrashed by the team of Evil Geniuses, due to the fact that they just made use of that Lanaya so well. They did a fantastic job with her. She's very powerful and a horror to deal with going solo against her, because she can deal that harassment with absolute impunity because of that refraction. So a very understandable ban for mTw. Now EG, they have to think long and hard because there's so many powerful heroes to pick up. There's Lycan, again, Lycan, Nature's Prophet, Broodmother. We also have heroes like Shadow Demon and Leshrac, and here's the great position that EG are in. mTw are in. They have two very powerful heroes that they can immediately pick up. And EG electing to go with the Leshrac, which again makes decision a bit difficult for mTw. The picks thus far have been really great because they're not exactly, what's the word, like surefire picks, because instead of mTw going for two powerhouses like Prophet and Lycan, they think maybe we might want to pick up a Shadow Demon, because if we don't, Evil Geniuses are going to pick that Shadow Demon straight up. But if we pick that Shadow Demon, we'll have heroes like Broodmother and other powerhouses that could be picked up by EG. So Nature's Prophet and Lycan, two massive pushing rapists to be picked up by mTw. Their lineup is looking incredible already, and we're just like 60 seconds into the game. Naga Siren going to be picked up next, and the Enigma. Here's the problem with picking Lycan when you haven't banned out Naga Siren. Naga Siren is fantastic. You've got that Ensnare, which is one of the very few slows that can actually catch out Lycan. Typically, that Wolf form ignores pretty much every single Ensnare or slow. It does not with Naga Siren, and it goes through BKB. So, as opposed to Lycan being able to escape when he wolf forms and BKBs, no matter what, nothing can stop him. In this case, we have the Ensnare to come in from the Naga Siren, and don't forget we have her ulti, although the BKB actually goes through ulti, so it's not quite as useful as the Ensnare. So EG have a great lineup to combat what mTw are bringing out. And of course, the Enigma is going to bring a nice amount of bit of single target control in the form of the Malefice, some great teamfight potential, and initiation with the Midnight Pulse with the Black Hole. So both sides having very good compositions thus far. Venomats are going to be the third pick off for mTw, give them a little bit of counter pushing, work out very nicely against the Naga Siren illusions. I'm going to have to say, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm excited. I'm pumped. Heroes that typically you don't see: Naga Siren, Lycanthrope, and Nature's Prophet. Haven't seen Nature's Prophet in the past 10 games or so. It's a downright disappointment. It's 100% understandable, of course, because Nature's Prophet is a complete plowing powerhouse, for lack of a better term. And there are still some powerhouses remaining. We do have Broodmother. We have, of course, Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon is most likely going to be taken out by mTw. Maybe not. You don't want to synergize Shadow Demon and Leshrac. They go together so well, and it will work out nicely with the Naga Siren, because we'll have another disable, another way of stopping Lycan, using up some time on his ulti. Tinker going to be the fourth hero to be removed out by the team of mTw. And Evil Geniuses look to be going with initiators as of this moment, because it's something that they don't currently have. You could argue that Lycan's an initiator because he just walks in and slaps things and doesn't really have to worry about taking all that much damage because he's a freaking wolf and doesn't care about anything at all. But you do want someone that can just jump in, ravage, for example, such as the Tidehunter, and do a lot of damage. This also is potentially hinting towards maybe EG want to go for the Broodmother, because they do have first pick. So they're banning out that Tidehunter, they're taking out heroes that mTw can potentially use to be effective, and now they're probably thinking SK. If we're going to go with that Broodmother, if they go oh no, they take out the Broodmother, so they're not going towards that Broodmother. Wise idea to take out that hero. Needless to say. And that's what mTw want to relinquish from EG's... I'm trying to think, what are some heroes that we absolutely don't want? We don't really have, unless Leshrac plays a role of support, we don't really have any support for them, and we don't really have a hard carry. We've got Naga Siren, which can sort of semi-carry. I'm reluctant to call her a hard carry. I'm actually very surprised, in retrospect, that the fact that they took out the Tidehunter, the EG took them out, because Tidehunter, Naga Siren is death. It's pure death. You use that ulti, hold everyone in place, Tidehunter gets in position, and combined with an Enigma, imagine a Ravage following it up with a Black Hole, assuming they're all in the position. They'd be freaking dead. mTw would just completely squashed like bug. Keeper of the Light going to be the 5th hero taken out by mTw. A little bit disappointed by that, because I haven't seen a game with Keeper of the Light yet. At the same time, however, I'm very glad we're moving further forward in these tournaments. We're finally getting the opportunity to see some of these heroes that haven't made play in all of the previous games that I've done because they've been months behind. These games are only a couple of weeks behind, I'm pretty sure. Possibly, maybe borderlining 1 month, as opposed to the games I was doing about a week ago, which were 2 or 3 months behind. So it's an absolute pleasure to see some of these powerhouses here. And who do EG want to synergize with their current lineup? Shadow Demon, I think they're going to pick up Shadow Demon. It just, but that... You can play the role of support, which Evil Geniuses currently don't have. He synergizes fantastically with Leshrac. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe they want to go with maybe they want to go for a bit more team fight though. Something to synergize with that Black Hole, such as a Sand King. We'll have to wait and see. Rubik going to be the next pickup. Not what I would have expected. More heroes that typically don't see the light of day to be played in this game. So excited, so pumped. And mTw, as a result, you think maybe they might pick up that Shadow Demon to deny it from EG, but they do have the Venmancer to play the role of support. They need someone to initiate, possibly a Brewmaster, possibly an SK, as well as someone to deal some AoE damage, which of course the SK falls into very, very nicely. But maybe they want to go for more push. They want someone that can... Queen of Pain's also another possibility, good amount of escape, or maybe just straight up push. But then again, do they need more push? They've got Lycan, they've got Nature's Prophet, zoom around the map. They're essentially both global heroes. Nature's Prophet can TP anywhere, and then you've got the Lycanthrope who's freaking fast. So he can just run wherever the hell he wants. He's Usain Bolt in wolf form, and not black. He's like, I don't know what color you would... He's sort of brownish. Should rename Lycan. Maybe in wolf form, someone will create something where he turns into Usain Bolt because he's that friggin' fast. And Brewmaster is going to be the next pickup by mTw. This also works out nicely on another level because they have Enigma, and Enigma... Brewmaster is someone that counters Enigma very well. I'm actually somewhat surprised EG didn't ban out the Brewmaster, because a Brewmaster split is not affected by the... by the Black Hole, and I'm pretty sure it's also not affected by the Naga Siren ulti, the Song of the Siren. So this means that if they want to try and utilize a combo, they have to either get it before the Brewmaster pops off that split, or they have to kill him first. And killing him's not easy unless you chain stun him, because he can just split. Suddenly he has full HP, there are 3 of him, he can deal a lot of damage, he can stun, he has magic immunity, he has AoE damage. Brewmaster is just such a pain to deal with, and it's a perfect pickup for the team of mTw against the composition that EG are currently running. In mTw, they've got some support, they've got counter push, they've got massive amounts of push, they've got damage. mTw's composition is looking very, very strong. And Shadow Demon doesn't get picked up at all, so this whole game I'm thinking, I hope they pick up the Shadow Demon, I really want to see him play. No, it's not even that, it's not even I hope they're going to pick up the Shadow Demon. It's like, they're definitely going to pick up or ban out the Shadow Demon. But alas, it's not the case. I made a little bit of a fool of myself. I just see Leshrac and Shadow Demon being a bleedingly obvious combination. Looking at the lanes, I'm going to guess we'll have Leshrac and Naga Siren together. Possibly at the bottom, we'll have Beastmaster going solo top, Rubik spending his time in solo mid, and that leaves Enigma in the jungle. As for the team of mTw, not sure if we'll see a laning or a pushing or a jungling Lycan. He can do both. Here's a great thing about Lycan. He can solo lane, he can jungle, he can be really effective at both. And if he's jungling, he jungles up really well. Not as good as Enigma, but he's still a great jungler. And if he's in lane, he can harass with his wolves and easily get last hits. He does plenty of right-click damage at the start of the game. Last hitting with Lycan is easy peasy. SK is going to be the 5th and final hero to be secured by the team of mTw, and it gives them a little bit more single target control. It gives them some AoE damage. And as for their lanes, I'm still not entirely sure. EG have a very obvious way that they're going to lane this by the looks of it. But, I mean, it's either going to be what I mentioned before, you know, Leshrac, Naga Siren, then we have Enigma in the jungle, Rubik in mid, Beastmaster taking the off lane, or maybe we'll see a tri-lane with the Enigma, Naga Siren, and the Leshrac, which will... It's either going to be one of those two things. mTw, I'm honestly not sure as to how they're going to lane this. Who's going to be in the jungle? Who's going to be in lane? Who's going to be going with who? Who will be taking... I mean, the options are just completely out there. And I have no idea how mTw are going to lane this. But nevertheless, we will see in the next couple of moments. Let's jump straight into the action. We have, on the side of Evil Genius's Demon, playing out as the role of that Beastmaster. Fear taking up the role of the Naga Siren. Malik playing as that Enigma. We have Bulbul playing as a Rubik. And last but by no means least, we have Universe playing as that Leshrac. And over on the side of mTw, we have Soksha taking up the role of the SK. We have Syndrones playing as a Venomancer. And who is playing the role of that Wolf? It is Kabap. And who else are we missing? Funzy playing on the Brewmaster. And is there someone I miss? Oh, and of course, effing Mad playing on the Nature's Prophet. GLHF coming out of both sides, and the entire team of mTw making their way up north looking for first blood, and EG doing the exact opposite, heading down south once again looking for that first blood, and it seems it will not be found, but Lycan Wolf is going to scout out that there is indeed some death down in this bottom jungle, and it is actually going to be a little bit of free gold for it. Actually, yeah, a bit of free gold. Why not? Free gold, free XP. So already EG have the advantage. Assuming, actually, I don't think they give gold or experience at the start of the game, strangely enough. Or maybe it's not possible to get gold or experience at the start of the game. So that, no, it is possible, of course, because kills and whatnot. Not sure, whatever. Sentry wards to be picked up by the Enigma. With 4 clarity potions, most definitely look like he will be spending his time in the jungle. Two iron rings, or 2 rings of armor, whatever you wish to call them. I'm waiting for the lanes to form just over the next couple of moments. Haste Rune going to be secured here by Soksha, Lycan Wolf babysitting right next to it, as it were. Indeed, Rubik going solo mid, Beastmaster taking the off lane near the Ancient Camp. If I said bottom before, it's because I got mixed up and thought he was on the Dire. Off lane, the lane with the Ancients pretty much, and we'll be able to use that ball, stack this Ancient Camp up. If he has a bad time in this lane, he will be able to recover. So we're going to have the SK going solo top, possibly by the looks of it. Lycan in the jungle. Over in the middle lane, we will have effing Mad playing as a Nature's Prophet, as we've mentioned a few moments ago, and that leaves the bottom with the Venomancer alongside the Brewmaster duking it out. And we also need to remember that the Enigma, who's in the jungle, is not too far away for the lanes. Of course, Naga Siren and Leshrac, very obvious lanes. We're going to have the Enigma not too far away, so it might seem like a 2v2 lane. Remember that the Enigma can come in at any moment and start dealing some harassment. And I have a feeling that the poor Nature's Prophet is going to have a little bit of a difficult time at this middle lane, simply because a Rubik is capable of dealing a lot of harassment. And the lane's being pushed forward, so maybe it not be the case. And this lane's getting pushed the hell forward. How did this happen? Oh, I get pulled by the camp. That explains. I was wondering, how the Christ is this happening? That, of course, explains it. And for the most part, both sides electing to play relatively passive early on, which surprises me a little bit. I would have expected a little bit more aggression to come out of both sides, but alas, maybe expected isn't the word, maybe hoped is the word, because it's always fun to see a bit of aggression. Neutral camp being pulled on both sides, mTw well aware of it, jumping in to start getting those last hits. Thunderclap to go down, oh, it didn't go down actually, I thought the animation just screwed out. There goes the Thunderclap, getting a couple of last hits, doing a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, Naga Siren defending this bottom tower as best as she can, and mTw look to be moving in, or maybe we're just going back to the creep wave. Seems that is indeed the case, but it does get pulled no, it doesn't get pulled, never mind. I think the pull screwed up a little bit there by the looks of it. Currently 12 for 0 here on the SK, having a great time compared with the Beastmaster, currently 3-0. And with a Caustic Finale, it means the Beastmaster is going to have a very bad time in this top lane. He cannot get near Burrow Strike to go down. A little bit of right-click damage and harassment going to be dealt, but Demon will ultimately be fine. But back to what I was saying, this Beastmaster is going to have a horrible time over in the top lane against this SK because of the Caustic Finale. The Caustic Finale means he cannot get near the creep wave or else he faces the risk of taking a lot of damage. However, we of course have the insurance fund in the form of this Ancient Camp, which will simply be stacked up by the boar once he gets it to level 2, which he has already done, so he's indeed making his way to go for the stack, it seems, or actually using the boar to get some last hits. This is really smart. This is really freaking smart. Using the boar to get last hits to keep a safe distance, combining that with the axes, very, very smart play here by Demon, by the Beastmaster. It's there to go down there on Syndra, and he's finding himself in a lot of trouble. Split Earth to follow, and First Blood has been spilled easy peasy. Malphite's stun even went down, completely unnecessary, but why not? Bit of a waste of mana in my opinion. And First of Blood being secured by the team of evil geniuses in hand for the Naga Siren. Whoops. Don't know what happened there. And Bulba could potentially... Nope. I actually thought we were going to try and push down on him on the middle lane with Lycan, but he's just going to continue to farm his way to Great Justice, which he can do very, very rapidly. Enigma looks to be moving in, and Brewmaster has to be very careful. He has a lot of tank ability, but still doesn't want to get caught out. We can already see them getting in position. Nature's Prophet TPing in as well, and Malik is looking to be in a little bit of trouble, but Fear is coming in to reinforce. Thunderclap to go down, and Snare to go down, and the Waveform, the Riptide, as well as the Split Earth doing way too much damage, but they should be able to pick up at least one kill, but the Malphite Stun to go down on Funzy, and the Edict doing a lot of damage. Funzy will take a fall. The Enigma took a fall as well. Syndrome trying to do what he can, but this might be his death if he doesn't decide to back off. We don't have much mana to come out of the remaining members of EG. He should be able to slowly walk his way to safety or slither his way to safety as he takes a couple of last hits. Takes a couple of right clicks, rather. 3-1 currently, in EG's favor. But don't forget about this little bugger Lycan. I'm very surprised EG are not trying to deny these camps. They're not venturing into the jungle to deal a bit of harassment, not venturing into the jungle to try and block camps, or even placing wards down, which I feel is really foolish by EG. They've come to a great start, and if they did a little, put in a little bit of effort to try and give this Lycan a bad time over in the jungle, then... here's the thing, Lycan's he's going to make his way to Treads, Vlad's, a Necro Book, and he's going to win. It's as simple as that. If he's just allowed to free farm there, like he's currently doing. They're not trying to gank, and I feel this is a big mistake by EG. But I love what... I love it, but at the same time, I'm a little bit skeptical about it, because he's not... Anyway, we're currently going in on Mad. We have an invisibility roll going straight in. Telekinesis to go down. We have Malphite Stun, which is no doubt going to fall. Will the damage be enough, however? Right clicks coming out of both sides. The Fade Bolt going to fly through. It will in the next couple of moments. Trying to TP out. Will the damage be enough? He just barely gets away to the safety of his base. We had no form of disables. They had all been used, and as a result, he could easily get away. But I'm on the fence about this using the ball to last hit, because we're not stacking the Ancient Cap. I feel we would be getting a little bit more farm if we were actually using it to stack at the Ancient Camp. But he's doing a good job with the board. He's getting plenty of last hits. Currently it's 17-0 compared with the SK, who's 36 for 2. So he's getting a reasonable amount, but it's not massive by any means. A nice army of conversion going to try and do some damage to the tier 2 tower. Tier 1 tower over the middle lane, rather. 7 for 4 on the Brewmaster. Not having a great time, but he doesn't need those last hits as much as other heroes. He just needs to get that level 6 and start being a pain in the ass. 28-11 on the Naga Siren, 3-4 on the Leshrac. Support Leshrac indeed, counterwarding action to go down. Effing Mad currently 18-3, actually having a relatively good time, better than I would have expected. Rubik currently almost 20-11. Meantime, the bottom lane, a lot of damage to be dealt. Venomous Gale go down, and the Edict getting absorbed up by all the creeps here. Actually, not that much damage at all. Funzy took a little bit, but both sides will ultimately be completely and 100% fine. I can just get into work here on this camp, working his way towards Vlad straight away, and most likely going to get power treads, or maybe just go for boots, and then just start freaking slapping people apart. You need to try and capitalize on the extra movement speed that you get from that ultimate. From the very start of the game, since most people won't have the boots by the time you're level 6, it's very smart to try and get some kills with it, because people ain't going to be running away from you. Not at all. Meanwhile, Naga Siren taking a kill over in this bottom lane. This seems to be the place to be. And Naga Siren is going to TP to wait to safety, but Weichi cancels it, just electing to bugger off instead, just going to walk away to safety. Enigma coming in. This could be the death of Syndra, if he's unlucky. We have Enigma moving in. Is Malphite Stun going to come down? It will not indeed. Effing Mad coming in to reinforce. And Syndra will be absolutely fine. this bottom lane is just full of action. I keep missing it, which is a little bit silly of me. The last something we'll have to deal with. Currently 1300 in the bank for the Nature's Prophet, but he hasn't really got any items yet, so it's not exactly, there's nothing impressive about that at this current moment. I think Lycan may have just secured himself, yes indeed, Vlad's. Already 7 minutes into the game, has a Vlad's in hand. And after this, from this point onward, he can probably just go and kill Roshan. I just keep missing kills all day, every day. Today at the top lane, Effing Mad now currently in a lot of trouble. The right click damage is being dealt, and they're saving their stuns this time. Well, actually, we have a Burrow Strike, so it doesn't matter in the slightest. And Effing Mad does get taken down. Nothing much that he can do. However, we could have Melee being caught out. Reinforcements are not too far away. And now we're going to go on him. However, now it's Funzy who's getting caught out and Snare to go down. He's looking fairly dead. Split Earth to follow. Diabolic Edict doing a lot of damage. One charge to try and do what it can, but it will not be enough. And the Brewmaster takes another fall at this bottom lane. Double damage rune secured here by the Rubik. Possibly used to do a bit of damage, but his right-click damage isn't immense, so it's not going to be a considerable difference. The team of EG looking to push out this bottom lane. A bit of a unification going down here at the bottom lane with 3 heroes of theirs. Meanwhile, TPing out just barely to safety. What was that? I think it was that? I don't know who that was. Oh, it was a Beastmaster. It was Beastmaster. He's fine. He's fine. Almost getting caught out. Bottom tower taking a lot of damage. The Edict bursting it down. We have no fortification as well. Nagasiren immediately taking down the Plague Wards, delivering a little bit of easy farm for the team of EG. Not much, but it's a tiny bit. And the tier 1 tower at the bottom lane does take a fall, secured by the team of Evil Geniuses. Over on the side of the gold department, almost a 2k advantage with a 3k advantage in the experience department, 2k in the gold. However, it is going to come in a bit of a trade. Fortification go down at the top tower. Is going to be enough access to fly out, weaken the creep wave ever so slightly, but this tier 1 tower at the top lane will take a fall. Lycan is now beginning to do his pushing. He's pushing level 4 Wolves, level 3 Feral Impulse, I believe it's called. Yes, indeed. And of course, he has the ulti to either do damage or escape. I'm somewhat surprised he's grouping up instead of maybe venturing over to this tower here and just taking it out solo. I feel it would be a little bit of a better idea. But alas, it's his decision, not mine, needless to say. Enigma still steadily working his way towards a mechanism as you'd expect. Lycan having Vlad's already, as we've covered, Arcane Boots in hand for the Tide, for the Sand King rather. Same can be said for the Beastmaster. 1,000 in the bank. As to what he wants to go for next, nobody knows. I really wish we would have some stacking of the Ancient Cam action going out. I love it, to be honest. And Soksha being scattered out here by the Hawk, very nicely done by the Beastmaster. And that Hawk is also invisible. It should be invisible. Yeah, it just doesn't showing. Smoke of Deceit to go down. Rubik is also invisible. Need to remember the animation's currently a little bit bugged. We're moving into the jungle. We're looking for some easy kills, and it could be Soksha. He's alone here right now, but he has some good escape. He can Burrow Strike into the trees and simply TP out, but we have the axes to clear out the trees, and then we have the Roar for a very long stun, and now we're moving in. Burrow Strike to initiate. We're going to have the right-click damage to be dealt. Roar to go down, and it's immediately melting of the poor SK. Enigma pushing forward on this middle tower, having some illusions, having some conversions. We have the Soul Defender, Effing Mad, trying to hold out against it as best he can, using a treants as well as a couple of Plague Wards here to help out. Reinforcements are rolling in from the bottom, however. Meanwhile, Lycan just taking down this Roshan, slow but steady, and he's keeping the ulti. He's not using it, and this means that if Death rolls in, like at this moment, he's going to be able to get away, but the Nagasiren is here, and Nagasiren means an ensnare, which goes through that ulti, so escape might not be that easy. But mTw coming in to reinforce. The next fight is going to happen here. Who will outcome? Did we Malphus stun the tree? No, Malphus stun to go down there on the SK. Taking a bit of damage. Split Earth to follow. He did Burrow Strike his way to safety just long enough. And in comes a triple black hole coming from the Enigma. Perfect timing. Very bad for the team of mTw. Burrow Strike to go through as well. It's a lot of damage. A triple kill to be picked up by the Rubik. He steves all of them. Lycan immediately being disabled. Picked up and instead in the air. Kabat will rapidly take a fall. Prophet ulti to fly through. And the Brewmaster trying to do what damage he can, but he is going to fall. Burrow Strike to go down. He is freaking dead. One more right click will do. Trying to deny himself on Roshan. It will not be enough, however. And after many members of mTw melting, this is going to be an easy Roshan for EG. They're just going to snatch it straight from the Lycan, already being brought by half HP. mTw is still waiting in position. However, they don't want to let them get it that easily. That seems EG are not going to go for the the Roshan. They are instead electing to back off, lick their wounds, which will ultimately be, of course, that Roshan for the Lycanthrope. No reason for him not to get it. And he's sliding along the ground. Very classy. Just sliding, not moving at all. He looks like the civilian, or just any hero in anything in a Source game in the neutral position. But there's action unfolding down here by the Ancient Cap. Epicenter to go down. Bulb taking a lot of damage. Is it going to be stolen by him? No, he gets taken down before any opportunity can come through. And the Rubik rapidly takes the fall. Nice little pickup for them, buying straight back into the game, in fact. Beastmaster picking himself up a Blink Dagger as well. Get into position for those awesome roars. And we still haven't been able to take down this Roshan. This is where all the fights have been centered. He steals the Epicenter. Are you serious? Soksha is now being yelled at by everyone because he didn't sandstorm or anything. Rubik now has an Epicenter, and this is going to be bad. Malphite's starting to come down on the Kebab. He's going to try and run as best as he can, but his ulti is currently on cooldown, and the Dire takes up the Roshan. The Aegis of the Immortal picked up by the Beastmaster, getting stolen. The Epicenter to come out of the Rubik, but he immediately gets... No, he isn't. No, he's moving in now. I think that was the SK Epicenter who immediately got... I'm not sure. Epicenter is coming out on both sides. Venomancer takes a fall. 3 members of mTw melting in a very rapid fashion. Malphite's starting to come down on Effing Mad. Is Raw going to follow? No, it is currently off cooldown. Effing Mad will be absolutely fine. What does he steal? He steals the Treants. I don't know why you would do that. Keep the Epicenter, man. It's pretty fantastic, even though it would be off cooldown. Maybe he's trying to steal the TP, which is a pretty glorious spell. But EG are looking really powerful in this game. 16 to 3. Looking at the gold, we're got a 5k advantage for the team of EG. 7.5k in the experience department. Again, looking very strong in this game. Smoke gank to come out. Looks like we're going to try and look for some easy kills, but mTw have all backed off. They're recuperating as of this very moment. However, Prophet has returned to the fray, and it could be a very easy kill on him as if the team of EG manage to find him. The reinforcements are rolling in. mTw coming in to back up. They don't want to let him fall. Did they actually spot out the smoke? I'm going to guess not. It's probably just the game sense being too strong. And instead, they might just backdoor the tower. However, Gabap is about to be caught out. Telekinesis to go down. Split Earth to follow. He's freaking dead. The Edict doing too much damage. And Lycanthrope immediately melts to the force of evil geniuses.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Top tower's going to take some damage. Burrow Strike to come down there on the Enigma. Reinforcements rolling in. We're going to try and take him down. Black Hole currently off cooldown. We have the mechanism, however, which will give him a nice bit of extra survivability. Malphite's starting to come down on Mad. We're currently trying to do what damage you can. TPs are rolling in. This could be very bad. Effing Mad might take a fall. Fury and ulti to fly out. Epicenter to go down, but every single member has buggered off before it can be utilized. And Soksha is dead. Simple as that. Going to be melted in a few more right clicks, but a nice Burrow Strike. He might be able to get away, however, there will be an ensnare in the next 5 seconds. He jumps into his stealth. Will it be enough? Trying to juke as best as he can, but one more right click does take him down. A mega kill to be secured here by the Beastmaster. And Black Hole picking out Syndra walks straight into it. A double Black Hole, an easy couple of kills, but the split happens after the damage was not enough, and now we're trying to do the damage. Stun to come out, the Rock Boulder to be thrown out, and the Enigma is looking very dead indeed. The fire aspect being picked in the air, and in the end that could have been enough to save the day because the damage for it was too much. Cyclone to go down there on the Rubik, not going to follow it up with any damage, however, and we do not get the kill. However, he steals a primal split. They just keep giving great spells to this Rubik, and this is going to be great for EG in the next team fight, as if they didn't have enough fantastic synergy and team fight potential already. I'll tell you what's better than Lycan, Naga Siren, and anyone that can synergize a powerful ulti with. That triple Black Hole was fantastic, and I'm sure mTw were clenching their anuses at that point because they knew that death was moments away from rolling in. Clenching their anuses? Did I really just say that? Good God. But for the most part, both sides just... neither one really committing to anything as of this current moment. Furion currently working his way towards a mechanism. I'd say he's very behind in farm thus far. Not particularly happy Furion as of this moment. We of course have the Blink Dagger for the Rubik, some Phase Boots. I just heard a Thunderclap go down. I think it was just on the Creep Wave. Broodmaster not having all that much either. Wants to work his way towards a Blink Dagger most likely. Next up for him rather. Naga Siren looks to be possibly building towards a Vanguard, maybe? Not sure. Quite a few items that we can turn that Vitality Booster into, so we'll just have to wait and see. mTw look to be pushing out the top lane. The Soul Defender is going to be down to the Beastmaster. Sprout to go down on him, immediately being cleared out by the Axes, however. And while everything does a lot of damage, the damage is not enough, and this is a lot of treants. The Demon is moving in, blink ahead. He does blink straight into the tree, but the Roar comes down on effing Mad. He is freaking dead. The entire team of EG here to pop him down. Rubik getting himself a killing spree, stealing the final kill with that zap. Lycan, however, easily able to run his way to safety. He does get scattered out by the Hawk here, however, and they might possibly go on this, considering they're not too far away. Meanwhile, we have Brewmaster taking another full Malphite stun to go down here on Syndra. He is looking relatively dead, and Snare possibly to follow, but Kabap is here to try and do some damage. Beast Form is out, but the Ensnare is going to stop him right in his tracks. Mechanism to go down. Malik is just going to TP his way to safety. Syndra is not looking all that healthy at all. He should be relatively fine. We're currently chasing after the Naga Siren, but Ensnare in 4 seconds, he should be able to withstand against the damage. Not going to commit to it with Bulba coming in to reinforce, more members from EG moving in. The illusion being a little bit annoying. Syndra actually taking a big chunk of damage. And Bulba, or rather EG, currently moving in on this middle lane. We want to take this tier 2. Wolves being used to scout out ahead, hold the defenses ever so slightly. Will it be enough? Edict has gone down. We have a fortification available for the team of mTw as well. So taking down this tier 2 will not be an easy task, especially with reinforcements rolling in, and EG elect to back off. Of course, we have the mechanism in hand for the Enigma. And Leshrac working his way towards a Bloodstone, actually not having all that much. Thought he would have had more at this stage of the game, considering how much of a great lead EG are in. We're blinking ahead. Who are we going to catch out? The Headless Lycan is going to be caught out. Burrow Strike to go down. And a split. Is that a Rubik split? It is indeed. Epicenter to go out. A lot of damage to be dealt. Mechanism is going to negate a good amount of it. However, Heavy Mad trying to move in. Doesn't have a mechanism himself, unfortunately. Universe taking a lot of damage, but Leshrac does take a fall. And a Primal Split. We have 2 Primal Splits. Counter Primal Split. Syndra is going to get taken down. A few more right clicks will do it. Bold blinking into position and zapping him down. Bloody hell. And now currently, Funzy currently running for his life. And he's looking to be fine. Just going to TP his way to safety. Could he get caught out by a telekinesis? No, it is not quick enough. What a freaking great ultimate to steal. First Epicenter. Then the split. This is really silly by mTw. I can't believe that he got the Epicenter though. It was at least a minute, maybe even 90 seconds after he used it. Didn't use a Sandstorm or a Burrow Strike, just kept it on there. Very silly by mTw, not something that should have happened at all. And now the farming phase is just going to sort of begin for both sides really. Neither one, as of a few moments ago, as I just mentioned before, neither one committing to anything. Neither side committing to anything. Sort of roaming around, not grouping together, but pushing it at the same time. Beastmaster having Vlad's in hand, also has the Aegis, of course, which he stole and which has yet to be used up. Very nice steal by them. And right now, mTw, if they want to try and get back into this, they need to farm. They need to get the levels compared with the team of EG, but the problem is that EG are not going to let them do that. They're just going to continue to push them out. We have Bulba coming in. What did he steal? He stole a Burrow Strike. They're currently moving in on him, but reinforcements are so close by. We do not want to get that Naga Siren combination happening again. It would be absolutely devastating for mTw, and as a result, they have to split up more than usual, because that Naga Siren ulti can come in at any time. And we're going to try and defend on this tier 2 tower as best we can. Axis to fly out. Funzy taking a little bit of damage. And Fifth pushing towards this tier 2. This is very smart by them. And it looks like mTw are looking to press to issue. We're getting into position. The team of EG are already backing up. Burrow Strike is barely missing on Malik. Maleficent stun to come down. But going to use a Burrow Strike to, the Sandstorm to easily get out. Dust of Appearance to go down. But it does miss him. Roar to follow up. Negative Urn Charge. Burrow Striking away to safety. Trying to do what he can. Bulba Burrow Striking as well. The Lycan is here. He's right clicking everyone down. But immediately gets caught in the black hole. He is going to be taken down. And right now the exchange of right click coming out of Mad and Demon. Who's going to come out ahead? It looks like they're both fairly even thus far. Maleficent stun to come down on Funzy, trying to get that Thunderclap, but it's just not happening. The Maleficent stun just being a little bit too annoying, and Split Earth to follow, and so many low HP heroes for EG. All of them barely escaping death. I'm sure mTw are a little bit frustrated about that. I certainly would be. GG well played to come out for the team of mTw, calling it already, even though well, let's be honest here, it's a bit of a lost cause for mTw. There's not much point in continuing to play on, considering how far they are behind. Instead to go down on Syndra. Venomous Gale trying to do a bit of damage before he takes a fall. Radiance in hand with the Naga Siren as well, getting amplified by those illusions. Very effective. Syndra trying to do what damage he can to the Beastmaster, who is actually disconnected from the game, so he's just right-clicking. And then we have the Aegis, that even though the Beastmaster currently isn't playing, it's still just... Oh wait, is he back? No, he's being controlled by someone, obviously. So we're trying to do what damage we can. The Ursa Warrior comes in just to go a bit of a stomp. And who will win the right-click war? It seems Rubik coming in to reinforce. He's also a bot, so he's just walking straight past. Walks straight past the fight, doesn't care at all. Sprouting in the meantime, wants to try and stop him a little bit. And the right-click war is going to be very close. If effing mad, if he loses to a bot, he does not. It's not even a bot, it's just nothing. Asking for Fear to stay for some reason. Ah, so not the correct results appear. Ah, right, yeah, because EG have disconnected before NTW. We're just waiting. We're just waiting for effing Mad to leave, who's just being an arsehat and staying in the game. He needs to leave, man. He's trying to like cheat the system a bit, I think. Stay in, hope that Fear disconnects, and as a result, maybe MTW gets a win instead. Of course that's not going to happen. Effing Mad does eventually disconnect from the game, and in a few moments the throne will fall for the team of MTW, or rather for the team of EG. Securing victory in the first set of 3. For the most part, there's actually nothing to talk about. We're just waiting for that Ancient to fall. It will happen in the next 15 seconds or so. And victory, of course, will be secured by Team EG. There we go. Radiant victory, as the announcer exclaims oh so loudly. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the defense to the playoffs. EG going up against MTW, with EG, despite the fantastic composition to come out of the team of MTW, EG securing victory in a very rapid and domineering method. Actually, they got a lead and they just held on from the start. Very nicely done. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Toshley. I'll see you next time.